As you saw last time, we picked up a new friend,
I heed the voice of the spirits.
Camellia, who's a spirit hunter. She's hurt, but she'll be able to do her duty in combat. We're walking through the underground that was caused by Discari when you made the
Save
rift,
the last one for me.
and it looks like we're in a fight. As I said last time, I'm a Warpriest.
I got this.
Oops, I missed. Camellia, how about helping us out?
Wide open.
Nice job. Oops, I got hit but for 1 point damage. Sheila, nice job. Wellness, come on, hit this time.
Damn you!
We succeeded in killing off the bugs that were attacking us. I'll take the gold coin, I'll take the bottle of oil, but I'm leaving the padded armor. It's too heavy and
Let's
not
see what
worth
we
any
can do.
gold. These shining things are tentative scales. As you can see, it restores its life to its deceased party member. A raised creature has a number of hit points equal to its current hit dice. Raised dead also removes the death store condition. Coming back from the dead is an ordeal. The subject of the spell gains 2 permanent negative levels when it is raised, just as if it had been hit by an energy draining creature, though it cannot gain a number of negative levels equal to or greater than its hit dice this way. A creature whose permanent negative levels already equal its hit dice cannot be brought back to life through the raised dead. So in other words, it brings them back, but it weakens them severely. Usually rest will take care of the problem. Okay, Sela, I'm not worried about ready to go into a fight with a giant fly.
The spirits demand your blood.
Come on, Camellia. 2 points of damage, you could have done better.
Are you still here?
I walk up and can't hit. One of the downsides of being an Undying is, I mean an Oread, is that you're slower than normal.
You are today's sacrifice.
2 more points. Come on,
You guys
Wellness.
always win.
Wellness missed. Anivia finished it off for us. She's available during this beginning, but then she goes away.
They will break against our resolve.
More centipedes.
I got this.
Nice job, Wellness. These things only have 6 hit points, so it's not too hard to expect a kill.
The inheritor.
But we saw Wellness miss before, so.
Damn you!
Stila will become our tank rather easily. A tank is someone who absorbs the damage and attack attention of the creatures while not dying themselves. We just got a whole bunch of good stuff. I'm gonna leave the light mace. We got healing potions, bracers of armor, 25 gold.
Here we go. Here comes trouble.
That earthquake is Discovery still doing things up top. I'm gonna let Sela charge the giant fly. She missed. Because she charged, Wellness can't. I'm gonna move here in case there's other creatures that'll draw their attention away from Sela. And we see that there's a centipede. The centipede spat at us but missed. Camellia hit for 6. Come on, Sela, finish it off.
Take you.
Nope, only 5 points. Wellness, they need help.
Here.
Nice hit. Wellness has damage reduction due to the fact that he's warrior.
The world
And the caterpillar wasn't enough to do damage to him.
We can rest after this fight.
This time, we're up against the monitor lizard. Camellia can't charge right now, so I'm not gonna set her up for it because she's hurt.
Good guys always win.
Not bad, 7 damage.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Of course, Sela had to show us up by 8 damage. Camellia has healing, and Sela was hurt, so now Sela's back up to full.
I got this.
Wellness missed. Aniva got it for us. There's a chance I'll get monitor lizard scales depending on my world. Nature lore check. I didn't get it.
No, I can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere.
You struggle to make out the man's features in the gloom. As soon as he steps into the circle of light, however, you realize they've never encountered a creature like this before. The stranger looks like the work of a vivisectionist who attempted to stitch together a lizard and a man.
Wendwag!
The man notices you and freezes. The curling horn protruding from his head casts a malevolent shadow on the cave wall.
Lan, did you find it?
The woman looks
Who is that?
The woman looks just as strange as her companion, like a cross between a cat and a spider. When she catches sight of you, she immediately drops into a fighting stance. The movements reveal the lethal grace of a wild predator.
The do-gooders here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Wait. They might know what's going on up there.
Demons are laying waste to Canaveras.
If things are as bad as you say, then we all have to hurry.
You didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it. I couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface, but the maze.
I realize that you guys have your own troubles, but we need to be in Canabres. People are dying up there. Please, show us the way out.
Who are you, tieflings?
Tieflings are the descendants of people who sullied themselves by mating with demons. Our ancestors would never sink that low. We are the Underground Crusaders, the children of the Crusade's finest.
Sadly, Underground Crusaders is a bit of a mouthful, so people usually just call us mongrels.
You just love repeating that, don't you, Lan? Mongrels. That's what the Uplanders call us. But we call ourselves Neathers.
No matter what you call us, it's not gonna stop our horns, hooves, or tails from growing.
I've never heard the Underground Crusaders before.
In Canabras, they're called mongrels. People say that they come up to the surface at night and eat anyone foolish enough to wander alone after midnight. To tell you the truth, I thought you guys were just a tale to tell kids at night.
That's human gratitude for you. Our forefathers suffered the consequences of demonic corruption, all to protect Mendev and Golarion. And for what? So we could become monsters used to frighten children.
Galarian, the planet Galarian orbits a yellow sun in the far reaches of the material plane. Third of 11 in orbit, this blue planet contains vast oceans and lush green lands, and is a perfect environment for countless cultures. Indeed, Galarian is the most populous planet in its solar system. Its innately hospitable and life-sustaining environment is presumably the work of the gods, so astronomers sometimes refer to Galarian as the child. Astronomers of other planets, however, often refer to Galarian as a cage, in reference to its cosmic role as a prisoner of the mad god Rubagug, who lies bound at the world's core. The nation of Mendev is a land defined by its conflict with the Biddle forces, unheard of anywhere else on Galarian. The people of this beleaguered land are locked in the constant struggle with the world wound, the demonic rift that lies beyond its western borders.
Every mongrel has their own take on it. Our chief, for example, thinks of us as something like a reserve military force. He thinks we're standing by until the moment we're needed, and when we emerge on the surface and save the day, all the people will see how good we are and they'll love us for it. Yeah, he leaves that last part out when he talks about it, of course, but it's easy enough to read between the lines.
What is this place?
This is the hall where we remember the glory of our forebears. Sorry about the mess. It doesn't usually look like this, trust me. Sometimes we even wipe the dust off the exhibits.
This is where the relics of the first Crusaders are displayed. Our lives are short. Our glories are quickly forgotten. But this place helps us to remember that we are just as worthy as anyone else, and that our lives are not lived in vain.
Just want to make sure it's recording.
You've been down here that long? That's crazy.
What are you doing here?
That's none of your bit.
We're looking for a holy sword. It was here, in the center, sticking out of a rock. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the shield maze. They figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold. Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there. They're not fighters. And Saul, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that now isn't the time for the underground crusaders to take up arms. If we get the holy sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind.
It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame and will burn anyone who touches it. Do you think you're special, Lan?
I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel's sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle. Speaking of which, you're still here, Wendu, which means that deep down, you know it's possible.
Maze, does it really lead to the surface?
Yes. There are other ways up, but they are far from here. And after the earthquakes, there's a good chance they've collapsed. But the maze... There's a legend among our people that when the walls of the maze fall, that will be a signal for us, the underground crusaders, that the time has come to go up to the surface and fight the demons in the final confrontation. Until then, the people say the maze is shielding us from taking rash actions. I'm the only one in our whole tribe to have been in the maze. And even I don't know if it's true. But the further I went in the maze, the fresher the air became. That means that it really must lead to the surface.
When the ceiling and walls started shaking, the young ones in our tribe lost their heads. They figured the maze was going to collapse, so it was time to go up to the surface. They grabbed whatever weapons were on hand and ran off toward the maze. They think the maze is no longer a danger to them. They've been listening to Wendwog too much.
Don't try to blame this on me. Yes, I told them that our people are capable of making our way through the maze. In the future. But I always told them to wait until I had made a map of all the maze's dangers. I warned them 100 times. But it was no use. My words just went in one ear and out the other.
A sort of holy flame? How did it wind up down here?
It came here with its owner. A long time ago. 50,000 gongs to be precise.
70 years ago, in Uplander time.
So obviously they have a different way of counting time than we do. Your 50,000 gongs is equal to 70 years.
50,000 gongs ago, our forebears found a dead angel here, along with the bodies of his comrades. The tribe gave them a dignified burial, and they were laid to rest with their weapons. But the flaming angelic sword was stuck in a rock, and no one was able to pull it out. It burned to the touch, like real fire. So the rock was placed over the angel's grave. It should be here somewhere.
Maybe the angel will dig himself out and find the sword for us. That might be our best shot in this chaos.
Lan, watch your tongue.
We'll find the sword faster if we work together. I'll help you.
Thanks. An extra pair of eyes can only help. The sword will be easy enough to spot. It looks, swordy. Help us, and in return, we'll get you out of here.
Now we're talking. Let's get to work. It's a good thing we all bumped into each other, isn't it?
What, you want to find the sword quickly so the underground monsters bring you back to the surface? So be it.
I can handle it.
I found something.
We found something. We found a copper ring.
Now what
Is that a trap?
Now we found 5 grinding stones. And 2 handful of gems.
What do we have here?
3 more grinding stones.
What's that there?
3 pearl.
Can't make the demons wait.
No, what is that?
2 handful of gems. Together they're worth 8 gold. A handful of gems and a grinding stone. They don't weigh much, so it's okay to take them, unlike the armor and stuff that we passed up. Well, look what we found. And yes, it does look swordy. A strange flash pierces the gloom, and Volnus feels drops of searing blood run down his chest. The wound healed by Trendalev reopens the weak scarlet, but there is no pain or weakness. A hazy scene appears, a cave chamber. This one or another one entirely? Volnus' heartbeat quickens, and a stream of thoughts suddenly bursts into his mind. Thoughts that clearly belong to another. Treachery! They betrayed me. trap me and stab me in the back. My trusted allies, my treasured friends, the people I swore to protect, the people for whom I descended from heaven and came to this turbulent mortal world. There they are up ahead, in the gloom of the cave. What are they waiting for? Are they afraid to draw any closer? Do they believe I'm about to die before their traitorous blows? Next to me, a quiet moan. A girl with a golden braid lies on the rocks, clutching her slashed side. She refused to join with the traitors and paid dearly for it. I could have tried to run, but I will not. Whilst I still have strength, I must. While recognizing the foreign origin of these thoughts, wellness intuits they can control them somehow. Let's try to either heal the wounded girl or furiously call the traitors. Heal the wounded girl sounds the most useful. A spark of healing magic illuminates the eerie, murky scene before wellness. The wounded girl opens her eyes and whispers, "Lariel, you said that everything was going to change soon. You said you and the other warriors of heaven would be leaving us on a grand mission to stop the demons forever. Is that true?" The frenzy of foreign thoughts come faster and faster, like a rushing river, and images flash by one after another. A priestess in colorful robes observing the stars, a young female paladin praying, clutching her glowing sword, a majestic golden-winged angel gazing into the distance, his face covered by a helmet, but his voice ringing clear. "Only if you're willing, and only if you're ready. There is no going back." "Then don't waste your strength healing me," the girl whispers. "Your mission is more important. You take care. It is near." There in the vision, the darkness in the cave stirs into motion. Something massive appears from within its depths. A vague shadow, an outline. A nightmare come to life. A wave of odorous chirruping and rustling emanates from the shadow. The sound piercing like hot irons, lancing through flesh and bone. The traitors fall to their knees before the shadow in reverent ecstasy, and the wounded girl thrashes in her death throes. I have two choices. Will 10, but wellness is determined to fight off the illusion. Or knowledge arcana 10, but wellness knows how to resist malign influences such as this, no matter its origin. And wellness can do nothing to fight off the illusions. I have a will of 7. Let's see if I can beat 10. I succeeded. The force of the attack, though originating in the vision, is terrifying, but wellness is stronger. He shakes off the pain and torpor. But alas, the one who sent the vision cannot claim the same. He is broken and exhausted. A monstrous shadow emerges from the murk of the cave. It is not real. It exists only in this strange vision or memory. But the thrill of fear it evokes is more than real. The shadow's features starkly resemble those of the Starry, the terrifying demon lord. In a movement as swift as thought itself, the monster's hand is wrapped around the throat of the one they call Lariel. The foolish angel struggling on the rocks like a fly with its wings torn off, intones the shadow. Its voice changes as it moves, shifting from a quiet whispering to a sonorous shout, becoming young and old and quavering. Where is your goddess, angel? Where is the self-assured herald? How is it that you are dying here, alone, so far from the light of your heaven? A strange calm envelops the thoughts of the one called Lariel. He recognizes who stands before him, and he knows he will never bow down before this enemy. The flaming sword flares to life in his hand, bright, pure, flickering with multicolored sparks, like a sunbeam through stained glass. Slash! The blade slices through the demonic creature's flesh, and the monster recoils with a howl, releasing his grip on Lariel's throat. The angel falls back heavily on the rocks. His vitality is ebbing, but his pride remains undiminished. He grips the sword, and with his last burst of strength, plunges it into the rock. Wellness senses that the vision is fading, the rush of thoughts diminishing, like a river running dry. The last thing he hears is this: You will kill me, monster. This I know. But one day someone will come here and raise up my sword. They will raise it up and either punish evildoers and traitors or save and protect the innocent. I'm gonna say save and protect the innocent. The vision disappears, vanishing in bursts of colors. Wellness does not hear the final words, but he seems to complete the thought, taken at the heart. The words fly from his lips, and with them something else. The heat blazing in Volnus' chest fades away. The edges of the scarlet wound close, leaving not even a scar behind. Looking down, Volnus sees the flaming sword in his hand, or rather its outline, the memory of what the sword looked like. With the final surge of warm and soothing light, the sword vanishes, and the light is drawn into his hand. Volnus senses that it will return. All he need do is call it.
Hey, are you all right? You were kinda glowing just now.
What did you do with it? Where did it go?
I think I saw the memories of Lariel, the angel who died here.
Lariel? That really was Lariel? The angel from the legends. The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. The chief will be thrilled.
You. Thousands of gongs and no one's been able to touch it, and now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood no different to us, get the sword and start talking about visions.
Now. Oh, Wentwog, don't be a sore loser. He is clearly different from us. The sword appeared before him, along with the angel's name and all that other stuff, because he doesn't carry our mongrel taint. Heaven doesn't give a damn how special we are. We're born with evil inside us. Heaven doesn't need to know any more than that. I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you and Sol, you just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' bodies were corrupted by the Abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better, and it doesn't make us worthier.
You saw it too? No, I'm gonna go. Requires angel mythic path. Reveal the light of heaven. It seems like you can control it. There's the sword.
That is just... Wow, I mean, that's amazing. Heaven has truly blessed you.
This power is the most majestic thing I've ever seen in all my life. Is this what the sun is like, Lan?
Yes. It's similar, but this light is more golden. Chief Sol needs to see this. Now that we have the power of angels on our side, he can't say no. He'll have to assemble a troop to storm the maze. You Uplanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. And then, the perils of the maze won't be so bad if we go together. We'll make our way through it and find the way to Canabras.
Lead us to your chief, and I'll decide if I'm going to help you or not.
Let's go. We'll take the short route. Well, the only route, really.
Mobility 14 DC to get across. That means we have to beat a 14 on our roll to get across the mobility skill.
I hope you appreciate this.
Camellia got us across.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
Wenderog, take a shot at the giant spider. I can't charge, so I'm going to go ability. This is charge. I'm going to drag it down to here. Now I can charge. And I'm going to charge the giant spider. I did 5 points of damage to it. Land attacked the other one.
Crossed the wrong mob.
Land killed it. Sela attacked the
Into the
spider
fray.
if he could reach. Sela couldn't reach to attack. Camellia, hang back. I might need your healing. Wonderog, shoot it.
I'll rip you up.
Good shot. This circle means we have protection from evil. I'm not sure how we got it, but it's good to have. This is a mobility 11 DC to get across.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Land got us across.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
What do we have here? 2 small earth elementals. Let's see if I can charge them. Yes, I can.
Is that treasure?
And the game lags. Game totally locked up. There we go. I did 9 damage. Camellia, hang back. We may need your healing. I'm sorry I'm having these issues. I don't know what's causing it. Wonderog, take a shot. I'm gonna quit after this fight. The problems seem to be getting worse. Sela, can you charge this? Yes, you can. But you missed. Lan, try to shoot
won't
it.
survive me.
He missed. If we take a look, he took -4 for shooting in the melee combat. Sela is in melee range with the creature, which made it harder for Lan to hit.
Damn you!
Once we level him up in his Zen
Go for
Muck,
their hearts!
that'll be taken care of. Wendewog doesn't seem to be having the same problem. Wendewog doesn't seem to have the same problem. If we look, there's a skeleton that has a wand to cure light and 35 gold. It's been about half an hour, so I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna save and quit right now. And now I'm stopping the recording. Have a nice night.